been playing anything so titillating this week?
I want to say, unfortunately, not. I've been playing World of Light, actually, on Smash Bros. Because I'd only ever put about an hour into it, actually, before. And when I found out that it was supposed to be, something like 25 hours long or something, it kind of put me off really going for it at the time. And I unlocked several characters with, through the classic sort of modes. But this week I sort of took the urge of, right, I'm actually just going to knock this down to very easy and try and blast my way through World of Light. And boy, is it a slog. I think I'm about 11 hours in now. And you do the opening area, the map kind of opens up as you do it. And the map is pretty much all opened up now, but there's other wee areas in it that you can go in to do there's actually a few cool wee nods to other games and stuff like Street Fighter and Donkey Kong. There's nice wee things that are definitely worth seeing. But it all adds up to it takes a while to sort of uncover this whole map, and then you realise there's more after it. And by the time I'd finished that first map, I was ready to be done. I'd unlocked a lot of spirits and all, but knowing that I'm probably maybe only about halfway through, it's really disheartening because I think I will see it through, but it's just it is too long. And if I wasn't playing on very easy, it would be taking even longer. Most of the battles is just a procession at the minute. I'm just smashing the enemy a couple of times and then that's it done. But it's too much. Apart from that, I sort of decided to take a wee break from that and play something that I knew was going to be a lot shorter and a different sort of experience, and that was FlingSmash on the Wii.
I just want to say, I couldn't remember if it was on the Wii or Wii U.
Wii. It was it was a game that was actually released with the Wii Motion Plus. I don't think you could buy it separately. I think you had to buy it as a bundle. But I actually picked it up relatively recently, just in CX for about, I think it was £3 or something around that. So I thought it's worth giving it a go because I quite enjoy motion controls for the most part, especially when they're done well. And FlingSmash, I always kind of equate it a wee bit with looking like a tennis game almost. You're sort of, the way it works is you have your ball on the screen and you can choose from two different characters. One's called Zip, I think, and one's called Pip. So you choose one of the characters, and it's this sort of wee yellow ball with a face on it with hair. And what you do is with the Wii motion control, you hit it as if you're hitting a tennis ball. So you flick it and the ball moves in that sort of direction across the screen at whatever angle you've hit it at, and I've just hit my microphone there. So you hit it and it goes at the angle of the screen, and on the screen you are there's stars to collect which give you points, or there's these bricks to break which also gives you points, and enemies to defeat which gives you points, medals to collect which gives you points but are also needed for something else which I'll get to. So basically, as it was kind of seen as kind of almost like a demo for the Wii Motion Plus, there's not all that much to it. It's quite a short Wii game, and it's kind of a score attack kind of game. I think there's 8 worlds in it. I haven't beat it just yet because I didn't have time to finish it yesterday, but I think there's 8 worlds with and it's divided into 3 levels in each world with a boss stage for each one, and each level probably only takes 2 or 3 minutes really to go through. Maybe some of them was a wee bit longer. But there's medals to collect in each one. I think there's 5 medals to find, and if you find 3 of them, you get a pearl at the end of the level. And to unlock the boss stage of each world, you need to collect these 3 pearls. But to be honest, I haven't really had to repeat any levels so far. I'm in world 6.2, I think. and so far it's been easy enough to get the medals that you require. So it's been pretty much a bit of a breeze to go through. The big problem with the game really is that the motion controls, I don't feel like they work very well. We know that like Motion Plus and stuff, it needs to be like recalibrated every now and again, but like when you're playing like table tennis and Wii Sports Resort or something, like it feels amazing, like it feels as you imagine, and when you recalibrate it instantly it's like perfect again and stuff. And this here, you have to like, it tells you like if you pause it or whatever, it tells you if it needs to be recalibrated, or you just point it at the sensor bar and it'll like sort itself out. Even with itself sorted out, for me it doesn't actually feel quite right. Like trying to get like a specific direction on the thing to like choose a specific angle to like grab a line of stars, or to like collect a key to unlock a wee area where you can get more collectibles. It never feels like it works quite well enough, and as like I said, like the levels are easy enough that it doesn't really become that much of an issue, unless it does later on. I'm not sure, but it just becomes a wee bit of a, you just like hit and hope nearly, not entirely, like there is some sort of structure to it, but it doesn't feel all that satisfying when you're going through each of these levels. And
there's
the levels,
no visual representation like a bat or anything on screen, so you can see what angle you're hitting it at.
Only in there it shows you like on the bottom right of the screen the Wii remote like going in the direction whatever way you're flying, so that has that, but there's nothing actually actively hitting the ball.
Yeah.
So you can hit it pretty much just as often as you want. So if you're over in the like, you're basically going from right to left most of the time. There's some stages where you go from bottom to top, but it's mostly right to left. So you like, as your ball is sort of like there on the right hand side of the screen, if it stays there for a couple of wee seconds, it charges up and you can like hit it, and that gives you a more powerful hit to knock out some blocks that you maybe couldn't otherwise, or like damage enemies with like greater damage. If you stay there for too long, there's like this sort of like 3-headed sort of like beast of a thing that sort of comes after you, and like it'll take you out if you're not hitting the ball enough. But yeah, because there's no visual representation really of a bat there, like it doesn't really.
It's very difficult to get the angle right then. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like when the ball's already moving and you try to hit it again, it's like when's that moment of impact really? You kind of get used to it a wee bit. There are sections where like occasionally you'll see like an enemy coming across the screen holding the medal, and if you hit your character against him, then like the time sort of freezes or whatever, and you'll maybe have like a wee sort of like challenge to do where you have to like maybe hit like numbers 1, 2, 3 in an order or whatever, or there'll be like some sort of wee character that you have to defeat in a certain way, and at that point like your character Pipper Zip is just like on the screen there, like in a solitary like just static position, and you will see like this sort of wee wand of a thing behind it, and it does have a wee line coming from it. So I don't really know why they introduced that just for those wee sections, but it is what it is. And actually each of the new worlds does try to introduce a new mechanic kind of every time. Like you have your standard character, but then maybe the next world it'd be made of metal, so you have to like obviously the different physics and stuff associated with that, or they'll introduce water, or maybe your character will be big or something. But it's not that great. I don't really recommend hunting it down to pick it up, and I think I will finish it just for the sake of being it, because it's like I say, it's not that long and I'm nearly there. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's on eBay by the end of today, once I finished it.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.